Hey, what is up? How's it going? This is Kazi from cleverprogrammer.com. I hope that the stream is finally coming straight to you guys. It's live and that it's looking good. Oh, sweet. It looks like it's working. That's great. All right. Welcome. I am excited to have you guys here. Finally, it's about time that we get this damn thing started. No matter what you do, technical difficulties happen. And it's nerve-wracking enough. There's a live training that I have to do, and I have all you guys here, and I respect your guys' time, and I don't want to waste it. Then all this stuff happens. So thank you so much for bearing with me. Thank you so much for being here. We're going to jump into the training now. We're running 7 minutes behind, so I'm going to kind of jump right into it. All right? Thank you guys so much for coming. I hope you're excited. Let's do this thing. Before I begin, I'm hearing audio issues. You guys are having audio issues. Can only hear it from my left ear. Let me try something here live. Let's give it a try. Hello. So I pretty much removed the audio and I added it again. How is this sounding now? Is it good? Yes or no? I keep hearing audio one ear only. Okay, I think what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to move on because I don't want to keep you guys waiting. So if it's coming from one ear, just hold it closely. This is going to be one of the most important trainings and webinars you see in your entire life. So bear with me here, okay? We're trying our best. Let's jump right into it. Let's do this thing. All right. I'm going to present my screen and I'm going to turn this off. All right. How to become a full stack Python Django developer. All right. In 2018 or 2019. This webinar will also show you how to break out of your 9-to-5, have the freedom to work from wherever you want, and ultimately be on the path to go from 0 to 6 figures as a Python freelancer. Now, before we start, I want you to do a few things. Please turn off everything in the background, like email, Facebook, Netflix, or any other distractions you have. I know this happens very commonly, and I do this as well. I have many tabs open. So make sure that you close your tabs and everything is going to be perfect because I don't want you guys to have any distractions, all right? That way, I want you to get the maximum value out of this. And silence your phones. And get ready. And stick around to the end because in the end, I'll give you an opportunity to get one special bonus. And the special bonus is my $20,000 Craigslist ad swipe copy. This is the exact ad I have used to generate over $20,000. And this is the exact ad I've given to my students, and they have generated thousands of dollars for themselves as well. Here's what we're going to be doing. I'll show you how and why you should become a Python Django full stack web developer. I'm going to talk about the Profitable Programmer 2.0 course enrollment is now open. So I'm going to share that course with you and give you the opportunity to join. We'll have a Q&A at the end where I'll answer your questions live. let's get started. A little bit about me, but before we do that, I wanted to show you something. So this is Michael Phelps, and this is him freestyling. I hope you guys know who Michael Phelps is. And he's one of the best swimmers in the world, won probably the most Olympic gold medals. This is something cool I came across, actually. I was reading Tim Ferriss's 4-Hour Work Week. Here is another guy who's freestyle swimming. His name is Shinji Takushi. And Shinji Takushi actually beat the record of Michael freaking Phelps when it came to freestyle swimming. Huh. Let's look a little bit deeper into it. So Shinji started swimming at the age of 37 years old. Michael Phelps started swimming at 7 years old. Shinji beat Phelps' swimming record. So, if I were to ask you, if you wanted Shinji or Michael Phelps, who would you choose as your coach? Would you choose Shinji, the person who started at 37 and then broke the world record at like 39? Or would you want Michael Phelps, who's been swimming his entire life? Well, I'm the Shinji of Python developers. Or as I like to call myself that, because I started a few years ago, kind of from insane, humble beginnings, but I just learned things that are really powerful that I wanted to share with you on this webinar. So I don't have a degree. I don't have any certifications. I don't have years of experience. I dropped out of college, but I still went on to become a 6-figure Python freelancer. So I'm Rafik Hazi. I'm the founder of Clever Programmer. I've worked with tons of students one-on-one. We have hundreds of thousands of students enrolled in our coding programs. Became a 6-figure Python freelancer while I was actually going to a community college, and I was a terrible student. And the system that I found, it works even better for others. Okay, so I'm gonna share that with you in a second. But let's start off with why Python Django full stack developer. So we're going to start by looking at Stack Overflow. Stack Overflow is like the best platform in the world for coders and engineers. So let's just use their survey results. All right. I'm going to present you some facts. So we got most loved and dreaded and wanted languages. And when you look at Python, it's the most wanted language. All right. These are straight up stats that they've collected from thousands, tens of thousands of professional developers who have, experience ranging from 1 year to 3 decades. Python is the easiest to master. So it's easy. It's being taught in the top 39 US computer science departments, and that should show you that it's the easiest. On the left-hand side, you see Python and then everything else. And as we head off into 2018 and 2019, Python is pretty much dominating. Nobody's teaching any of the other crap at the other universities. These languages aren't crap, but Python is the easiest one to start off with. What do Python Django full stack developers do? Well, this is what has been created with Python web development. So if you're watching this live stream, I'm on YouTube. So that's YouTube. If you do Instagram is created with Python. Google is created with Python. Spotify, Reddit, Dropbox, Pinterest, Quora, Eventbrite, Hitmonk. List goes on. So now, question is, how much do Python Django full stack developers actually make? They're pretty highly paid. So here is the average salary of a Python developer. Again, when I show this to you guys, a lot of you guys are just such skeptical people, and I get it. I was in that same boat, but it's very possible to be earning an income like this, and it's not something that's far-fetched. But even if you're on the lower end of it, you can be making $70,000 to $80,000. Now, I want to make sure and emphasize that this is not easy. You're not going to code for 2 months or 3 months and start making $17,000 a year. That's not going to happen. You're probably going to need to spend years worth of your time. But the point is that it is well worth your time. All right, let's move on. So let's talk about the job opportunity that exists in 2018. All right, again, let's look at some Stack Overflow results. So some of the most popular job opportunities that exist, you can become a back-end developer, you can become a full stack developer, or you can become a front-end developer. I'll explain what these are and I'll show you some real-world examples as well. Here are the things you have to learn to become a Python Django full stack web developer. You'll need to make CRUD-enabled apps. Now, what is CRUD? You might be asking, my friend, and I would have to say, good question. It's a very, very good question, my friend. Let's get into it. C stands for create, R stands for rude. No, I'm kidding. R stands for read, U stands for update, and D stands for delete. CRUD. All right, now you might be like, I still don't get what this means, Kazi. What the fuck are you talking about? Well, let me tell you. So, do you think YouTube is CRUD enabled? The answer is yes, it is. I didn't really give you time there because I wanted to show you this as an example. So you can create a video, you can read or view a video, you can update or edit a video, or you can delete a video. Hence, YouTube is CRUD enabled, which makes it a full stack app. Now, what are some examples of Instagram being a CRUD web app? I want you to start thinking about it in your head. Get those engines rolling, okay? If you're the type who's not used to using his or her brain a lot, well, start using it now, because if you're gonna jump into the world of coding, you should be used to putting in a little bit of thought and effort, okay? All right, so Instagram is CRUD enabled, and now I'll tell you specific examples. So putting up an epic picture of you on a mountain, all right, that's create. It shouldn't say CRUD, that's my mistake. I'm a human. That should say create. When you click and view a picture of a super fluffy cat, that's read. When you change the caption of your picture because yours sounded super lame, that's update. And when you delete that picture your friends are making fun of you for, that is delete. All right? So that's your CRUD enabled functionalities. Now take my word for it, Facebook is CRUD. I'm not going to walk through the examples, but just think about like making a post, deleting a post, updating, editing a post or a picture. You get the idea. Now, I want to tell you specifically what your starting portfolio as a Python full stack developer should look like. This will help you get your first job. And now I want to change my tone of voice because what I'm about to tell you is actually pretty serious. So you should either take out your notes or pull out your phones and take pictures of what I'm going to show you. Because I can tell you right now that nobody in the world is showing this stuff. Okay? None of these other programmers are showing this. You can't find it on, I don't care if you look up Traversy Media, Udacity, Coursera, edX, Team Treehouse. I don't care what resource you're using. You won't find this anywhere. I don't know why, but nobody is showing you real world examples. Nobody's showing you what your portfolio, exactly what it should look like. Nobody's showing you exactly how you should get your first job. That is just unacceptable to me. I'm on a path to help you get your first job. This webinar alone, when you walk away from it, this will give you a very clear idea of exactly what you can have on your portfolio to land your first job. I hope you're excited and you're taking notes and you take it seriously what I'm about to show you now. So one of the things that you can put on your resume is a to-do list app. This represents your skills as a full stack developer. It has the ability to edit a task. It has the ability to create a new task or a reminder. It has the ability to delete a task. And it has the ability to view a task. So that's one example of what you should have on your portfolio. And exactly this you should have on your portfolio. Here's another thing you can have on your portfolio. You can have on your portfolio a portfolio app. And here's an example, an exact example of what it could and should look like. Simple portfolio app. Shows my other projects, But the cool thing is I've built it with Python. Here I use the framework Flask. But the idea is that here I'm showing you them that I'm flexible and I can work with different types of frameworks. But the most important thing is this is hosted online. Here's another app that you can make, okay? So here's an example app that I've made. It's a full stack movie app and it's CRUD enabled. So here you can see that I'm able to create a new movie. In the back, you can see the created movies that are in my database. The idea behind this app is to be able to create movies, add images for them, rate them, and then put some notes. So then, it's like a personal database, personal library for yourself. Here's one of our students that took this and kind of made his own version of this. So he loves dramas. He's crazy. Lang is like crazy about drama. He's like always talking about Korean dramas. So I was like, okay, why don't you make this into a Korean drama thing? And he did. So it looks beautiful. When you hover over, it shows the ratings. As you can see, the top middle movie or drama. The search is there, so you can actually search through whichever one you want, and you can create a movie as well. Here's another example. You can make a blogging app with Python. Now, this is a very specific type of blogging app that I've made. Now, first of all, what kind of abilities does this show? All right, notice that, let me see. Okay, I got a pointer. Hopefully you can see this sexy red thing I'm dragging across everywhere. Notice that I can log in and log out. That shows people that you have the skill set to create an authentication system. I can create a new draft. I can edit a draft. It has built-in notifications for when somebody comments on your thing or not. Now, this gets a little bit more advanced because there's syntax highlighting as well. So if somebody writes code on your blog, it changes colors. You don't have to get this fancy. You can just make a very simple blog post. But I'm showing you what types of functionalities it should have. And it's CRUD enabled, right? So you can create, read a blog post, update or edit a blog post, and delete a blog post. So again, jot this example down. Here's what your final portfolio could look like. I've used this exact portfolio, to have tons of recruiters hit me up. I don't know about you, but this portfolio looks pretty beautiful and gorgeous to me. Would you want a portfolio like this? Say yes or no in the chat and let me know. All right, so this is an example of what your portfolio should look like. Let's move on. You should also get a LinkedIn. Once you create those types of apps that I've shown you, and once you kind of create this portfolio thing as well, you should have a LinkedIn so you can get recruiters to hit you up on autopilot. Here's an example. This is not the full version, but here's most of the example of what your portfolio should, what your LinkedIn thing should look like. All right. Again, who else is getting this specific? Nobody. Nobody. You know why? Because a lot of them don't know how to get jobs with them. I'm not saying they don't have jobs. I'm just saying that they're more like Michael Phelps. A lot of these developers started coding at 9 or 10. They don't remember how it's like to get their first job. I'm the Shinji of Python. So I know the pains that you have to go through because I've dealt with all these pains of getting my first job and getting up to 6 figures as a Python freelancer very recently. So that's why I want to help you along on that journey. Here's another example of an app, okay? And again, this is something that you should have, and you can actually have the exact blackjack one or something similar. But what this shows people is that you know how to have authentication system. You can create a game with Python and Django. This is using databases and queries, and it has it shows people that you know how to use the object relational mapper. And it also shows your recruiters that you can create full-on completed projects and host them online. So there are tons of things here. All right, I'm going to move on. Now, do you want to learn how you can make these apps too? Hopefully you said yes. Here's a technology stack to become a Python Django full stack web developer. Get ready to take notes. Have a pen and paper next to you. Because when you write down things, your brain creates these neurological pathways that get embedded forever. It's way better than typing things out. It literally changes how your brain thinks. So have something to write down with, okay? And let's move on. All right, so first, you need to, I'm going to give you the step-by-step here, okay, on how you can do this. So first, you need to master the Python basics. Probably take pictures of this or, also take notes of this. You should be able to solve problems like FizzBuzz. This shows that you know how to use if. This shows how you know how to use conditionals. Lots of job interviews will ask you this. It also shows them that you can reason through. If somebody gives you a task, you actually have a brain and you can understand what they're asking you. Okay, it's a very, very easy problem. You should be able to code up text games like rock, paper, scissors, or maybe even tic-tac-toe. Now, here's what you'll need for the front end. When I say front end is everything that looks beautiful and juicy. So like when you go on a website, everything that you see there is front end. All right, how things look, how the graphics look, how does a button look, how's something styled. The back end is more the logic. So if you went on a trading website, how the trades are taking place, or how the bank, when you go to a banking app and you click withdraw money or you click deposit money, all that deposit and everything, that's all happening on the back end, okay? But the button that says deposit money, that's the front end. So for front end, you're gonna need HTML, 1. 2, you're gonna need CSS. That helps you style your apps, make them look beautiful. 3, you're gonna need to know JavaScript. Not too much JavaScript, just a little bit of JavaScript, okay? Because if you want to become a full stack, if you want to become a front-end developer, go crazy on JavaScript. If you want to become a full stack developer that can do both front-end and back-end, you need to know a little bit of both, my friend. So don't go crazy on one thing. It's more about knowing the basics of front-end, understanding the back-end more deeply, and that's what makes you a killer full stack developer. All right, let's talk more about backend stuff. You need Django. You're going to need, this is the best web development framework for Python. Hands down. This is a framework for people who want to work on projects, complete them in the fastest way as possible. You want to blow your client's mind. Use this. No question. Don't even think about Flask. Done. Let's move on. How do you save data to your apps? If a user makes a status update, it shows up again, even if they leave and come back. What am I trying to say here? What I'm trying to say here is like, if you create an app, how do you make something that when you register something in there, and even when you log out or you quit the app and you come back, everything is there. It never goes away. So think, when you make all these posts on Instagram or Facebook, they never go away. They're still there. When you write all these emails to people and when you go to your sent box, they're all there. There's exactly one thing and one thing only that makes them do that. Do you know what it is? If you know what it is, write it down. It's databases, my friend. Need databases. All right? So databases and what hold things in place. So even when you quit everything, come back, it's still there. You need to learn about, so write down databases. You need to learn about ORMs, object relational mappers. This is something that Django uses, and you don't have to write those ugly, hideous, painful, frustrating SQL queries. For anybody who loves SQL in this webinar, I'm sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Deploy your web app online. So you also need to know to deploy your web app online. Just write this one thing down. Don't worry about DigitalOcean. That's more advanced. Just write down Heroku. It's kind of the one thing you need to know. Now, let's talk about some front end. So you got front end web development. you got back-end web development, and you got full stack web development. Okay, so you take front end, you take back end, you create a sandwich, you get a full stack sandwich. It should just be called full stack sandwich and nothing else. Now, just to review a little bit, here are the front end skills you need: HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, JavaScript. Here are the back end skills you need. Okay, take a picture or whatever you want. Take notes of this, put it down in one place so you don't forget. Bootstrap just makes your things look nice so you don't have to spend 10 years learning design. All right? I don't get why people waste. If you love design, go for it. I kind of like it, but I'm not so crazy about front end. So just learn Bootstrap. It lets you create beautiful things with like a few lines of code. Okay? So when you go on websites and you see these like beautiful buttons, a lot of the time they're just created in Bootstrap and the other person didn't have to spend 5 years learning how to design buttons. So that's what you need for front end. For back end skills, you need Python. You need to know server side stuff. All right, so write that down. You need to know databases. You need to know how Django works. You need to have good logic. When I say logic, that just means have the ability to solve problems. You should have worked on big projects where you've consistently run into problems that you've had to solve. And you should know about ORMs, object relational mappers. Very important. How has this webinar been so far? Let me know. Are you guys loving this webinar? Are you guys hating it? Do you want me to quit this live stream and leave? Or can I stay here and share a little bit more with you? All right. Did you find it valuable? Now, everything we have here, we can't possibly cover it in just 1 hour. All right. Even if we wanted to keep going forever, we can't cover it in 1 hour. So what I've done is I have something amazing I want to share with you, and it's going to absolutely blow your mind. And I hope that at this point, you know what it is. I hope that you're ready for it. I hope that you have created enough space in your brain to be blown by it. Now, before I continue further, I want to just talk to you about the concept of cognitive dissonance. All right, let me get face to face here with you real quick. What's up? I just went and boxed right before I came here. Been getting really good. Been getting really good at it. So it's been really exciting and fun. But I wanted to tell you about cognitive dissonance. And what cognitive dissonance means is a lot of the times we have a lot of crap in our head, a lot of things in our head. For example, I went to academic school where they're like, you have to write in a certain way or you have to learn coding in a certain way. And what that ended up doing was it was stopping me from actually getting the results that I wanted. Because in reality, it's really simple. If I want to make 6 figures as a Python developer, why am I paying attention to my teacher who's barely making $50,000 a year? There's nothing wrong with the profession of being a teacher, but everything wrong with the person I'm choosing as my mentor. So what I did is I just started going to all the people who were making 6 figures with Python or making $150 an hour or $300 an hour consulting and just asked them a ton of questions till I could reverse engineer that process myself. So when I talk about cognitive dissonance, what I had to do was throw out all that garbage. It took me a really long time to do that from what I learned about the academic world and open up some space to get new ideas into my head. So if you're here on this webinar and you've thought this is important so far, what I want you to do is empty out your brain and open it up so I can put some new ideas in it. I'm going to switch the screen. Let's hop back on. All right, so I want to share this with you, all right? And I wanted to take all those things I just talked about and I wanted to put them into one place. Plus, I wanted to help you take it even further or farther, because I think I love saying father. So I just went with that version. I want to show you how you can learn Python and master the basics. I want to show you how you can become a Python Django full stack web developer. And finally, I want to show you how to position yourself as a trusted advisor and a consultant so your clients pay you what you're worth for creating these web apps for them. And to stop seeing you as a commodity freelancer who needs to compete on the lowest pricing. Like, look around. Everybody who's competing on Upwork or these online platforms, these guys are just competing on pricing. They have no idea how to position themselves. They have no idea how to charge $50, $100, $150 an hour. Introducing the Profitable Programmer version 2.0. Okay, this is a completely new and rehauled full 16 week. Let me actually get my pointer back if I can. 16-week program that helps you break out of your 9 to 5, gives you the freedom to work from wherever you want, and ultimately puts you on the path to go from 0 to 6 figures as a Python freelancer. Now, I want you to just take a moment and just tell me how you would feel if you could get the freedom to work from wherever and whenever you want. Just kind of open yourself up to feel that. How would you feel if you knew for a fact that you were on a path to go from 0 to 6 figures as a Python freelancer? I'm not talking about the path of, oh, I got to take CS 151, then I got to take CS 231, and then I got to take CS 301, and then I don't know how am I going to get a job because nobody ever teaches me about resumes or LinkedIn or how any of that works. And then I think I'm going to learn about algorithms and data structures and whiteboard coding interviews. And I'll look at textbooks and I'll do problem solving and coding challenges. And then I'll go to these online resources to get some certifications. And then, I don't know, maybe I'll go for my master's in Python, maybe even a PhD. Versus, here are the exact steps that you need to do. And you can, in as little as 12 to 24 months, in 1 to 2 years, you can actually be hitting 6 figures as a Python freelancer. How would it feel to just know that you're on the right path? All right, so let's get a little bit deeper into it now. Here's an awesome action shot of me talking about some random stuff. Hopefully I know what I'm talking about. I think I do. Here's some Django apps we're making. I don't know why I said that. It's just Django apps. Here's some cool code we're writing in Terminal, and we're saying hi and hello. Very useful stuff. We actually make the to-do list app in this course. In this course, we make this exact portfolio app. In this course, we also make this exact movie app. We make this exact blogging app. We make this exact portfolio. And we make a million, well, not a million, but we make at least 5 more full projects that we haven't shown here. And we also actually get you a full up and running LinkedIn profile so recruiters can hit you up on autopilot. All right. And we make this blackjack app as well. Beautiful. All right. So now what makes this course different from a Udemy course or an online MOOC like Coursera, Team Treehouse, edX? Let me speak with the results from the students. Take this guy from our course, Shresh. We misspelled his name. It's supposed to be actually Shreshthth. Funky spelling. But Shresh Kaushik, complete beginner, super nervous when he joined the course. 17 years old, currently lives in India. He's like, I don't know if this course is for me. I don't know if it's going to work. I'm all the way in India. Because that's an excuse I get so many times. Like, I'm in India. This won't work for me. I'm in Russia. I'm in Tunisia. I don't care if you're in Nigeria, Kenya, Lebanon, Iraq, Iran. If you follow this, it works. So after the first week of the course, here's our student Shresh making $36 an hour. Literally from the first week of the course, there's such powerful stuff that we show that it's very possible to do this, okay? So here's the email that I got on December 11th. I took a picture and I was like, boom, I want to share this with you guys. And he got it from this module, which is actually our module 0, because, you know, get it, everything in coding starts from 0. So, you know, this is essentially module 1 in human numbers, module 0 in coding numbers. Then we had another student who found success after only week 6. All right, so check it out. Lakshay, and it says he's feeling happy. So I love that. And he goes, I think I got my first client. Rafik, Hazi, and other clever programmers who helped me in this. Now I've set up a PayPal account. So that's his new problem, setting up PayPal accounts. In week 6, we talk about getting coaching clients with Python. Why do I talk about coaching clients? If you're a complete beginner, I want you to learn Python and instantly start making an income. So literally when you get done with module 1 and 2 and you cover the basics of Python, I want you to be able to make an income. You're not going to be able to do that by trying to get hired on Upwork. Not going to happen. You're too early in the game. So if you start coaching people, you can be making as much as $35 to $50 an hour or even more by just teaching the basics of Python that you know. Here's some more proof that it works. So here's Lakshay. He got, this is $100 invoice that he actually shared with us. Here's Lang No. Awesome guy. He's a marketer actually. We were going crazy on, we were talking about like funnels and Samcart and what's it called? ClickFunnels and Russell Brunson. So for anybody who's a marketer, you'd resonate. Most of you won't resonate. Here's him making a full stack movie app after week 4. All right. So that was the app that he made. Pretty freaking awesome, if you ask me. Here's a student. His name is Mark Mallet. He went from 60 to 150 real quick. So check it out. He said, I used Kazi's suggestions regarding how to get coaching clients. Plus blah, blah, blah. Okay. Copywriting course from Udemy or whatever. So check this out, okay? This is the important thing, the result. Instead of $60 an hour, I am getting $150 an hour for an estimated 10 to 20 hours of work, plus possible future maintenance / enhancement gigs. $60 to $150 an hour. Who is showing this stuff? Is Skillshare showing this stuff? Is Udemy showing this stuff? Is Coursera? I'm really curious. Like, please in the chat, if you have this answer, let me know. Who is showing this? I can make it very simple for you. Nobody. You know why? Because they don't know how to get results. They don't know how to get... I'm not saying they don't know how to get these results for themselves, but they sure as hell don't know how to get these results for other students. Okay? Let's move on. Here's a student. His name is Nazar. He says, holy cow. This is our Slack group, by the way. So you can see all the other students in here as well. He says, holy cow. I just got a contract for $110,000. This is all thanks to you, Kazi. Now, this is an insane result. 90% of you are probably not going to get this result. There's going to be a very few percentage that's going to get this result. This is insane. $110,000 contract he landed from this course. Here's me saying, yo, Nazar, what the fuck? That is amazing, with 100 exclamation marks, because it is amazing. Each module gets dripped out so it looks gorgeous to you. Actually, we've just unlocked the course completely now. So when you join, I'm pretty sure the course is actually, 100% sure. The course is just fully unlocked, because what we were finding out were a lot of you guys didn't want to wait for the course to be unlocked every week. You guys just wanted it all at once. So that's what we're doing for you. We just made it all unlocked, all 16 weeks. Easy user interface to keep you moving smoothly. Check it out. Beautiful interface. Look at how easy this will be to navigate for you when you join this course. All right. And here's the brain dump. You can take a picture of it if you want, but here's the main points I want to highlight. So you learn a lot about development here, okay, where I'm circling. And you learn about freelancing right around here, all right? So you start going into big boy stuff here. Here's the big weeks, LinkedIn week and the freelancer week, where you start earning income. And here's module 6, where you start getting clients. I'm circling around this bad boy. All right. So you'll be making money. You're starting to make an income here. You're starting to make an income here as well. You also have a Facebook group, and you're going to have a profitable programmer vault. Now, this vault is awesome, and nobody in the world has... I'm going to move to another... Actually, yeah. So this vault is awesome. Nobody has a vault like this. We have interviews from developers at Google who are working in Python. We have interviews from developers of Codecademy, developers of Facebook, developers of Replit, founders of multiple coding startups, and the best Python freelancers in the world. So these interviews are going to blow your freaking mind. I'm going to talk about them in a little bit. Here's another one I actually got recently, just, I want to say a week and a half ago. I was listening to, what was I listening to? I was listening to a book. What is that book by Chris Voss? Not the 4 hour. That's Tim Ferriss. What the? I'm blanking out. It's on negotiation strategies. It's called Never Split the Difference. Yes, I was listening to Never Split the Difference. You can see that head thing right here. And it was funny because while I was listening to negotiation stuff, Niloy, one of the students from the Profitable Programmer course, messaged me, and he was like freaking out. And I asked him, like, yo, how much are they paying you to maintain? He goes, $100 an hour. They're paying him to maintain a Django website. He goes, I'm freaking out for some days. So that was actually pretty funny. That was hilarious. But this was a great one. Here are the few of the bonus interviews you will also get. So you will get how to start your own SaaS web app and explode with $0 in marketing. You will learn how to start your own Python online brand. You will learn from those interviews Insider's Guide to landing a job at a company like EA Games, Microsoft, or even Square, because I know a lot of you are also interested in becoming full-time developers. So I've made this course in a way where it leans itself towards freelancing more specifically, but it has lots of overlapping things with full-time. For example, getting you a portfolio, getting you amazing LinkedIn, getting you amazing projects, helping you create your resume. So it can also help you get full-time jobs. How to become a Python consultant is bonus number 4. Bonus number 5 is how to attract Python clients with Facebook ads. Now, here are the alternatives I do want to mention because I want you guys to be educated on all your choices, and you guys are all very, very, very smart. Everybody who's in the world of programming is inherently, most of the times a little introverted and pretty intelligent. So I want to just lay out all the alternatives right in front of you. College courses go from $500 to $1,500. Coding boot camps are generally $13,000 to $15,000, if not more. Okay, I'm talking about coding boot camps like Coding Dojo or Full Stack Academy, the coding boot camps that actually have a high job placement rate. And they require an insane time investment, and you pretty much have to give up everything else. So most people who go to these coding boot camps, if they were working a job, quit. So they're not making any income, and then they're paying 15 grand. And then you got average CS degrees in US, which is about $40,000, if not more. Now, here's your investment in your future. So if you are to join the Profitable Programmer course today, the investment for you is going to be $497. But because you showed up to this webinar today, and we have the early bird special going on, which will close in a few days, okay? I believe it closes 2 to 3 days from now. But the benefit of you being on this webinar is not only will you get the early bird pricing special, so you will also get the Craigslist ad swipe copy if you join today. So the investment for this course is only $397. Again, I want you to just imagine literally one client. You saw Mark Mallett's testimonial, and he said he went from $60 an hour to $150 an hour. The other students were charging $36 an hour for just teaching Python, and as early as week 1 and week 6. I'm not saying that's going to be you. You have to put in a tremendous amount of hard work. You actually have to follow. But if that's happening, I mean, is $397 really a lot? If you're making, even let's say you're on the low end, you're making $30 an hour. How many hours do you need to work to make $397? Let's just do some math here. $397 divided by $30 an hour. You need to work 13 hours. Okay. If you don't think you can make back $397, you really need to work on like believing in yourself as an investment. And I'm not saying this to make you buy my course. What I am saying is that if you're here up until this point and you're interested and you're fascinated and you want to learn this stuff, and if you're letting something hold you back still, then you need to work on your confidence to believe in yourself enough and just be like, hey, look, $397 at $30 an hour, that's only 13 hours of my time. And if I get a client for $50 an hour, that's only 7 hours of my time. So if coding is not something you're looking to do only for 1 month or 2 months and something you're looking to actually change your career in, 7 hours of your time is not a lot, considering you're going to be putting in 40 hours a week and 160 hours a month. All right. So this is going to be a very small fraction of your time. So if you want to get started now, get started for $397 today. Click the button below and sign up. Here is the juicy link. So you can just type that in, or I think the page that you're probably on, if you're on my webinar page, there's a button that says click to join now. And 3 payments of $160. That's a payment plan for you guys. If you guys are curious about if you want to break it up and pay it at different times instead of all at once. Just know that you're going to be saving more money if you pay full. So it comes out to be $480. If you do the 3 payments, it comes out to be $397. So what is the math here? 83. You're saving $83 if you join at one time. So if you pay in full, join. If you're here, freaking go ahead and join. Now, if you buy this course in the next 15 minutes, I'm going to give you my $20,173 Craigslist ad swipe copy. I'm starting the timer right now. So where I am located in United States, in California, it is 10:55 a.m. So when it hits 11:10 a.m., my virtual assistant, she will message me on Slack and say, time is up. And at that point, at 11:10 a.m. sharp, if you buy the course after 11:10 a.m., you will not be receiving the $20,000 Craigslist ad swipe copy. Okay. Literally just using this ad word for word has gotten me and my students multiple clients. I have made $20,000 plus from it. I've actually made $30,000 plus from this ad. So select your payment option below to enroll. You can click enroll now to pay in full, or you can do the payment plan. As you can see by the aggressive arrows, just in case you missed where to click the button, that's where you need to click. Okay, we're gonna need to probably change that. That's a little too aggressive on the arrows. But guys, seriously, if you're interested, you're here, I seriously urge you to join at this point. All right, step 1, click on that. Step 2, go ahead and fill out the information that shows up on that page. So your contact information, your name, it's going to ask you for email, phone number, credit card, or PayPal, because we're fancy. We give you multiple options. Put in your thingy and your thingy and click this button to buy the course. We made it so detailed that we can't possibly mess it up. All right, somebody says in chat, okay, I'm sold. Great. I'm sold as well. You know, I want to go back and buy this course. And actually, I want to show you something along the lines of that. That's funny. I'll show you guys that stuff later. But okay, step 3, confirmation email. You're going to get a confirmation email with your account information to access the Profitable Programmer course. Step 4, once you are in, enjoy the welcome aboard section. Click the link to join the Profitable Programmer private Facebook group. I should have thought ahead of time about putting so many P's back to back. Profitable Programmer private. Just say it. If you're sitting alone, just say it out loud. Just see how it makes you feel. It just feels so good. Profitable Programmer private. All right. Woohoo! Woo! Step 5. Congratulations, you're in. Now, I want to talk about who this course is not for. You're looking to be spoon-fed. You only do what's covered in a course. You're unemployed unless you have money saved where you're comfortable joining. So most of the unemployed people, I urge you generally not to join because you guys are freaking out about money. And if you're coming in this course from a place of desperation rather than inspiration, you're not going to make a lot of progress because you're going to be like this dude who's learning how to swim by drowning in the ocean. You want to learn how to swim when you don't have that much debt, so it feels like you're in a 5-foot pool and you can choose to learn how to swim or you can just choose to stand. Do not join if you're in debt. Again, you cannot focus under pressure. It's like learning to swim with a 50-pound vest on. When you're learning coding, you really need to be coming from a creative mindset, excited mindset, rejuvenated mindset, a mindset that's all about like I can't wait to learn this new stuff. It's driving me insane. You tell your woman like, woman, I want to go on a date with you, but not right now because I got to learn some coding. That's the place you got to be coming from. And this course is also not for somebody who wants a minimum amount of work. So if you're like the least amount of work, please, then don't do programming. Like, I don't know why you're in programming if you want to make the most amount of money with the least amount of work as possible. Like, learn business, learn e-commerce, learn something else. Don't do programming. Do programming if it excites you and exhilarates you to take something that's in your head and turn it into a reality and be able to share that with the rest of the world with the snap of a finger. If you want to be a dude that's awe-inspiring, curiosity-inducing, badass Python developer, then pursue it. Otherwise, don't. All right, who this course is right for. You take hard work. You don't make bullshit excuses. You hold yourself accountable. You take action outside of the course. What does that mean? If I tell you, make this exact app, you don't just go, I copy pasted and I don't know now what to do. No, you actually go on your own, take the example that I gave you and start tweaking it. Start turning it into your own example. Use it to make your own creative project. It's something that, again, excites you and not like you're logging in hours to do work. It should be fun for you. You should know that it's long-term. Know that this will set them up on a path to success. So know that this will set you up on a path to success, on the path to becoming that 6-figure Python freelancer. It seems like Jesse and Bob bought the course. Those are pretty funny names. Not because they're awesome names, but they're just so generic. It almost sounds like it's fake people. But welcome, Jesse and Bob. I'm excited to have you in here. And I want to be reading out loud what your guys' number one reason for joining was. But thank you for joining. Welcome to the course. All right. You believe in speed of implementation. So you know that it's important to take what you learn and implement it in real life. Just so you guys know, there are 9 minutes left before the bonus of the Craigslist ad swipe copy actually goes away. You can still join the course. You can still get the early bird pricing. You just can't get the bonus anymore in 9 minutes from now. So if you're thinking about joining, let that push you over the fence and just join now so you can get the bonuses as well. And this course is also right for somebody who takes massive action on each module. And you're also open to collaborating with other students in the course. That's not necessary. That's optional, but you're open to it. Now, you can see why so many students are joining and taking advantage of the Profitable Programmer. But you have a choice to make. You can do this the slow way or the fast way. You can go and learn this from the Michael Phelps of the world, or you can learn this from the Shinji or Kazi while you have him here. You can be that programmer who charges $30 an hour in 30 years. And this is actually a true story. One of my, I can't even call him my mentors. He was my coaches, and I hired him to tutor me Python. This dude had been in the software development world for 30 years. He's the best programmer I ever knew. He always wore this blue hoodie, and his house looked like a mess. And this guy was charging $30 an hour. So there's that route. And then there's the route of charging $100 an hour in 3 months, which is ridiculous, but I did it. The only reason I did it is because I was putting in 20-hour days working, like straight up 19 to 20-hour days. I wasn't even eating food. I would eat chips from a gas station. I would drink Monster and Red Bull. I would take energy drinks. Incredibly unhealthy. But that's how I did it in 3 months. People always want to know how I did it in 3 months. It's hard for them to believe. That's how I did it. Which, by the way, translates to 6 months to 9 months for you if you like to work at a leisurely pace of 10 hours a week or 20 hours a week. You're talking a longer time frame there. I also have a special money back guarantee. All right. So you get 60-day money back. Just show me that you put in the work and I'll give you your money back. No questions asked. Who gives you a 60-day money back guarantee? Nobody. But we do. We want you to be happy with the results. If it's on day 59 and you've been putting in work and you're like, Kazi, I'm not getting the results. I'm not satisfied with the course. No questions. Here's your money back. Thank you for trying. The Profitable Programmer. Remember, a full 16-week program to help you become a Python, Django, full stack developer. All right. Again, here's what the course includes, just in case you missed it. Now, I do want to show you that there's a PayPal option. Ignore the $497 here. It should be $397 because you're getting in on the early bird, so $397. But you can use PayPal credit to, if you don't have any money right now on you, you can use PayPal credit, and it will give you 6 months to pay it off at 0% interest. 6 minutes left on the Craigslist ad swipe copy. Just so you know, 6 minutes left. No payments plus no interest if paid in full in 6 months when you spend $99 or more. All right. So again, if you're getting a course for $397, it applies for you. And when I went through the process, they gave me $1,000 in credit line. I don't know how much they're going to give you. So no guarantees. But if you're really struggling, you want to join this course, here's PayPal credit. Like, I just really want to take any excuse from you that you have. Okay. And if you're not looking to invest in yourself, like, this is the only way you'll take it seriously. You know how I know? I bought a $4,000 programming course when I started, or not a programming course, sorry, a business course. I invest so much. I invest even currently $5,000 to $6,000 monthly in mentorship. Okay. Because I believe in myself. I believe in investing in myself. And I personally take those things more seriously. Again, here's how you can get started. $397 for today. Here's the link. Early bird pricing ends soon, so take advantage of it. Jump in now. Here are your links and join, my friend. I want to have you in here. Now, I want to show you, before we get to that FAQ and the question and answer segment, I do want to show you a few cool things. So here is the office. Here's my first job. Okay. This is my first freelancing job I've ever gotten. This is where I worked as a Python developer, and they paid me $20,000 for 2 months of work. And this is my office setup. And they actually bought me a keyboard. They treated me with so much respect. It was really freaking cool. And I was just this young student going to Oakton Community College, and I was like, what the fuck? I can't believe this. I remember I would be telling my mom, like, going crazy. They also got me a monitor You can see I'm using PyCharm on the right side. I got my beautiful terminal open in the middle. I'm like coding this bad boy up. I think I'm using Django here right now. I don't even think I knew about Django in those days. I was using Flask, and then I moved this project over to Django. So that was kind of cool. Here's a student we have, Hurry Ohm, who got a front-end web developer job at Babel in Berlin. So he said, this community helped me a lot to stay on track and be focused. Rafik Hazi, it's all because of you. Blah, 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 blah. And he got a full-time job, all right? And he posted this in our group, so in the Profitable Programmer group. So that's another example of this program being successful and awesome. Matt would actually time travel to buy this course again. He says, I like this course. It's the best online course I've taken, and I've taken many. And if I went back in time, I would buy this course again, which I thought was pretty hilarious. I kind of wanted to just kind of leave that there for you guys. And the last thing I wanted to share with you was this. This actually happened just recently. One of my students messaged me on Instagram when I was watching Canelo versus Triple G boxing match that took place, I believe, 2 days ago. And he messaged me and he goes, thank you, Kazi, so much. I've been hired as a software developer for Java based on my Python skills taught by you. So how crazy is that? How crazy is that? And this happened for him in less than 40 days. So it's possible to do this in less than 3 months. All right. Again, these are atypical, crazy results, but they're awesome. And this is me laughing, going like, yo, is this actually true? All right. So let's get to the frequently asked questions. Then we're going to jump into the Q&A. Just know that you have 1 minute left to join the course. And get the early bird, or sorry, not the early bird, but the Craigslist ad. The Craigslist ad bonus will be expiring in about 1 minute from now, so please take advantage of it. Frequently asked questions. Are there recorded videos for this course? Yes, you'll have lifetime access to them. Am I too old? Am I too young? Am I too dumb? The answer is no. If you're too old, you're totally fine in this course because you only have to dedicate a few months of your time or even less to start getting results. Same reason I would say for too young. Now, if you say you're too dumb, remember, I have this crazy story. So when I went to this religious school when I was young, and here, I'm just going to tell this story. There we go. I went to a religious school when I was young for 4 years. So what ended up happening was I skipped 3rd grade all the way to 7th grade. So just imagine. Skipped those 4 grades, knew nothing about anything about the real world, or didn't learn, in that religious school, we weren't taught any real world things, like, for example, geography or history, English, really weren't taught anything. So when I came to my 7th grade in middle school, I wrote my first essay in 72 sized font, green color, Comic Sans font style, and turned it in because the teacher said he needed us to write clearly. So that's a little bit of my background. What else? I went to a basketball training with soccer cleats on and left skid marks everywhere on the court. All the students from there make fun of me to this day and never leave me alone for it. And some other crazy stories, like this one is not PG, but I'm going to say it anyway. I didn't know how to take notes. I didn't know what a binder was in high school, or that you had to wear an underwear. So I kind of had a crazy background. And when I went to my community college at Oakton, I didn't have a good GPA there as well. And I failed a lot of my classes. Not because I was like insanely dumb, but because I didn't really care about them and I did my own thing. So when it comes to being too dumb or not being academically good or not knowing enough math or not being good enough, just know that with all those crazy stories that I've told you, it's very possible for you. I'm going to switch back to the screen. We're going to come back. We're going to jump into the question and answer segment really soon. All right. Do I need to know math? No. Do I need to know Python? You don't need to know Python before joining this course. Do you teach Python? Yes, I teach it in this course. How much coding experience do I need for this course? Very little. Like if you have none, you're fine. If you have a little, that's going to be helpful. but you don't really need that much coding experience to join this course. Now it's time to do Q&A with Kazi. Let's jump right into it. All right, my beautiful folks, how is it going? We are right on time. We're going to do this Q&A for about a few more minutes. So hit me up with any questions you have. I hope that you've joined this course already. I'm actually going to pop open my email so I can see if you guys are joining or not. So it seems like we have a bunch of students who've joined. That's awesome. Dorian, Andres, John, welcome. Ellie, Bill, Jesse, Sergio, Luis, Sean. Great. This is awesome. Welcome, guys. Thank you guys so much for joining. I'm gonna see what kind of questions you guys have. Bob says, can a non-programmer like me do this? Absolutely. I just covered that in the frequently asked questions. So if you're a non-programmer, this course walks you kind of step by step and handholds you. So if you're not a programmer, you will be fine in this course. Asad says, is it live class or recorded videos? This is a live, this is recorded videos. There is no live component to this. Johnny says, what's your number one tip to get clients? The number one tip is having social skills, negotiation skills, business acumen, all the things that most other programmers don't teach you because they don't know. They don't know. I hire developers. I had 3 developers working under me when I was 21 years old. I'd be getting paychecks playing pool at the University of Illinois at Chicago. I couldn't tell my friends how much money I was making. All of them were like, I'm making, $9 an hour, $10 an hour. And I would have to like pretend to be excited with them. But like, I couldn't resonate. I was almost like disconnected from some of the friends. So the point is that the number one tip to get clients is really like understanding how that part of the world works. And that's what we teach in this course. And that's what makes this course so different and just not covered anywhere. All right. Zach Covey. Hello, my friend. Zach Covey. Aren't you in the Profitable Programmer course, Zach? He says, how far into the course do you recommend we start teaching others? I recommend you start teaching others when you get to week 6. Most people way overestimate how much you actually need to know. Your advantage in being a coach is you being close to a beginner because you understand their problems really well. You can relate to them really well, and you're only one step ahead of them. That helps them a lot more than somebody who's just a pro. Again, think Shinji versus Michael Phelps. Michael Phelps knew swimming since he was birthed out of his mother's womb. He can't teach it to you. Shinji learned at the age of 37. So when he teaches you, you better believe he's going to help you get those results. So basically what I'm trying to say is that when you coach other people and you're new to programming, the newer you are, you actually have more advantage. So you should start teaching people as soon as possible. But if you join this course, we show you in week 6. Juan Rand says, I'm working as a Django full stack developer right now. Is this course good for me? Juan, would you like to learn how to charge more as a Django developer? Would you like to learn how to get more clients as a freelancer and stand out? I would almost argue that this course is a no-brainer for you because you can skip almost all of the other sections and skip straight to module 14 and 15 and just get the tips on freelancing and go to the Profitable Programmer Vault and watch the interviews with the top developers in the world and like really learn how to better position yourself. If you can go from, I don't know how much you want to share with us how much you're charging per hour or how much you're making. Because if you aren't making $50 or $100 or $150 an hour yet, then yeah, you have a lot to learn. Emmanuel, I've answered that question. If you know nothing about programming, how can I be good and get jobs? I've answered that question already. This course will walk you through step by step, even if you're not good. Nuvita Jack says, I know C++, HTML, CSS, and some Python. I'm 18 years old. What are many scopes of getting a job? Well, I've explained this in this webinar, my friend. Learn full stack web development and then learn how to freelance. And you'll be able to get, in terms of scopes of jobs, I mean, everything is full stack, almost every app. So your scopes are unlimited. You can work for a lot of full-time companies who will happily pay you. You can work for startups who need full stack functionality. I mean, at Clever Programmer, we're hiring developers because we're trying to build a learning management system, and those are full stack developers. They're designing a nice learning management system for you guys. It doesn't exist yet, but we're working on it. And there's a ton of part-time and freelancing work available for full stack developers. Andres asks, most of the companies ask about a degree. How can we get a job without the degree? Again, I explained this in the course, how we do this, but in reality, you don't need a degree. Degree, most of the times, and it kind of sucks to say it, but most of the times it's useless. How many people do you know on your fingers, that you can count on your fingers, that got a degree and don't have a job? Or got a degree and are highly unpaid? I know a lot of people like that. A lot of people. A lot of the people who are in my college classes at UIC, a lot of them who graduated didn't get a job. A lot of them who graduated got highly underpaying jobs while I'm sitting there learning and making six figures as a freelancer, Python freelancer. And it was funny because the day that I quit was when my professor started asking me for career advice. And I was like, I'm here to learn from you, dude. But he started asking me for career advice. And then at that point, I'm like, probably should quit. Shikar says, what support do we get if we run into difficulties? There's a ton of support in the Facebook groups. There are literally people posting, hey, there's this job. I can't handle it. Does anybody want to take it? Not all the time, but I've seen posts like this. And then somebody else comes in and they're like, yep, I'll take it. Do you think having the ability to just get a free job which you did nothing for and somebody just handed it off to you, good amount of support? I think so. More common, that's more rare, but more common is you asking for help and us jumping in. So yeah, we have developers dedicated to the Facebook group who will happily jump in and help you out with the problems that you're facing. And other students actually love jumping in and helping out as well. Juan is making $3,000 a month. So Juan, if you're a Django full stack developer and you're making $3,000 a month, that's $36,000 a year. Then you have to pay some taxes and stuff. You're taking home $30,000 a year. Yeah, you just have a lot to learn. I mean, you need to scale that thing to $100,000 or more. If you're not, then you're doing something wrong. Like, it can be literally, for you, it's really easy to leverage it. You can literally call them and just be like, hey, look, where's my freaking phone? Hey, how's it going? Hi, I've been working with you guys and it's been phenomenal. You know, I have been doing all these tasks and I've been completing all my projects on time. I just wanted to discuss something with you in person. If you have 15 minutes where we can sit down and chat, I would really, really, really appreciate it. Let's. Yeah, sure, Juan. That sounds pretty good. Let's do it. Okay, cool. Thank you. And then you meet them in person. You sit down. You grab a cup of coffee. Okay. You sit over lunch or just a coffee and you relax and you talk with them and you just lay it out. You say, hey, look, I've been bringing a lot of value. I have been delivered everything I can. I'm being paid $20 an hour. I don't know. I'm just giving you a random thing. You know, looking at the market pricing, you know, they're charging about $40 or $50 an hour, or this is worth $100 an hour. And I have a few other gigs that are starting to line up. So I think that I would continue working, but we would have to renegotiate to $100 an hour. It's pretty scary. But it can be as simple as that. But you need to learn how to do that. So again, Juan, you're in a good position. It's easy to leverage it because you already have, I'm assuming, clients or a client, and you just need to know how to scale it. You need to know how to get more of them, and you need to know how to renegotiate with existing ones to increase your rates. Panatelli says, what books, what kind of books are you reading? Me personally, I'm reading, see if I can open up my Audible here and get you guys to take a screenshot. This is incredible value. I will share my Audible with you, and if you want to take a screenshot of it, go for it. But this, I should literally charge for book recommendations because these books changed my entire life. Library. All right, I will. There we go. I am not reading Pitch Anything right now. I'm reading The Effective Executive. Really good. Never split the difference. A lot about negotiation. Never be the, for example, never be the first one to throw out your number. The Entrepreneur Roller Coaster, a great book. High Performance Habits. So for example, you know, I right now have the routine to work out almost every day, do boxing, because, you know, when you're coding, all you're doing most of the times is sitting on a chair. That's really unhealthy. So you got to actually go out and do other things. And what you do in there in the gym actually helps you out in real life as well. I know most of you don't want to hear that. You just want to sit there and code. But I'm telling you that it'll only help you make more money. And I'm going to stop going over them now because I think they might be not that relevant for you guys right now. But read Relentless and read 10X by Grant Cardone. If I have to recommend the most important ones you should read, 10X by Grant Cardone and Relentless. Definitely read those two. All right, time to stop sharing this. Cool. All right, thank you guys so much. You guys should definitely join the course. This is an awesome course. We have more students that just joined. We got Richard just joined. We got Shazad joined, Kendra, Ahmed, Sachin. And I always love when you guys join. Thank you guys. I'm seeing if you guys have any more questions. Doesn't really look like you guys got too many more questions. Okay, great. Thank you guys so much for coming. I hope you loved this webinar. We had crazy technical difficulties, but we got it to work. Also, when you start becoming a developer, you'll also learn about Alexa. And you can start learning to develop using Alexa skills. And there's a huge market for that. And again, the fundamental skills you'll need for that is learning back-end skills, front-end skills, Python skills, how databases work, how to make full stack apps, how to work with APIs. And then boom, you'll be able to work with Alexa. So for example, Alexa, turn off first light. All right, I don't know if you saw that purple light going off. Alexa, turn on first light. And that purple light is back on. Pretty cool. All right, guys, thank you so much for coming. I appreciate you and your time. I don't want to take any more of it. I hope that you will join this course. I would love to see you in the Profitable Programmer. It's a second version, completely rehauled. Definitely life-changing. Consider joining. Thank you guys so much for coming. As always, I love your face, and I'll see you in the next video.